My mom and I moved into a completely normal or average house when I was about 15. Everything was fine and we loved it. One day, I was home sick from school and I was messing around on the computer when I heard our garage door open. I freaked out and went down the hall to get my mobile phone and saw that the hallway door that connects to the garage opening. I panicked and yelled, "Get out!" and two young boys slammed the door and ran off. I started crying and called my mom. I don't know why I didn't call the police first, who told me to go next door to my neighbors and she was going to come home from work. When she got home, she was speaking to my neighbor for a bit. My neighbor ended up telling us that she thought it was probably the young boy that lived in the house before us. Apparently, he sometimes goes around to everyone's house and breaks in and eats their food and watches TV and stuff. And for whatever reason, they were all okay with that. Apparently, he came from some sort of broken family and they all felt sorry for him. So they didn't call the police. My mom and I were completely unsettled by that and put new locks on all the doors that week. We didn't care if the other neighbors were okay with that. We weren't. A few months pass and nothing ever happens again. We figure he knows we're not cool with his weirdness and doesn't try to break in again. A week or so later, I'm in bed asleep and I wake up in the middle of the night for no reason at all. I'm not hot or cold. I don't need to use the washroom. I didn't have a nightmare. I just woke up. I had this incredibly uneasy and weird feeling wash over me. I felt like something or someone was watching me and I got completely freaked out. I went into my mom's room and slept in her bed that night. It kept happening a few nights and I thought I was just having nightmares or was getting scared of the dark for some reason. I ended up sleeping in my mom's bed for about a week because I was so legit scared of the dark now. I finally worked up the courage to sleep in my own bed one night, but I could barely sleep. I felt totally uneasy and nervous. I got to sleep for a bit, but then I woke up again. I looked outside my window and I could swear I saw a face of someone standing there. Obviously, I got the hell out and ran back to my mom. One of the nights I was back in her bed, we were all asleep and feeling fine when I woke up to my dog on the end of the bed growling. Now our dog is an old golden retriever and has never growled or barked at anything. So I wake up all dazed, confused, and half asleep. I hear the dog growling and I'm asking her, "What's wrong?" I look up from the bed and I kid you not, there is a man standing in the doorway with a knife. I screamed like a banshee and the dog started barking at this point. My mom woke up and saw the man too. He went running down the hallway and out the back door. I'm crying my eyes out. The dog is barking her face off and my mom is frantically trying to call the police. An hour later, they finally get here, and of course, the dude is gone. Morning comes, and we go outside to see that the back gate has had its lock cut with bolt cutters, and the door leading into the house had been smashed in. The cops come in and dust for prints and leave stuff everywhere, but at the end of the day, they can't and don't do anything. We moved out that same day and went to live with my grandma and grandpa until we found a new house. Pretty much no one in the family believed us or thought we were just making it up for attention. A few weeks later, we get a call from the police and they managed to match the prints to some teenager who just got arrested for breaking into another house. It's the same guy that was breaking into all the houses in the neighborhood and used to live in the house that we were in. So my mom was talking to the cops and some of the neighbors when suddenly someone tells us, completely casually, "Oh yeah, that's the Milat kid." Wait, did they just say Milat? Yeah, pretty much any Australian will know this last name, Ivan Milat, the serial killer. His nephew was breaking into people's homes and our home while we were sleeping with a knife. And people were okay with that. So anyway, we move into a new house and forget all about it until about a year later. Milat nephew gets 43-year jail sentence. He and his friend murdered another teenager in the same damn place his uncle dumped all of those bodies. What the hell? So, the guy that broke into our house watched me while I was asleep and stood in our bedroom doorway with a knife while we were sleeping actually murdered another teenager a few years later. My mom and I nearly fell over when we heard about it. No one really believes us, which really annoys the hell out of me, but it really happened. Sometimes when I think back on what could have happened if I slept in my own bed that night, or if the dog didn't bark, or if we never woke up, it really freaks me out. It's also left me with a huge fear of the dark. I get really uneasy if I have to go outside at night by myself, or if I wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I have panic attacks when I go outside to put the bins out.